I feel like we're having a bit of a full circle moment because last time I saw you,
I was
on your show. Now you're on my show. You're in my house. You're in my house.
Yeah.
Hi, and welcome back to TashTalk, where we have real conversations about life and creativity. Now, my next guest, he's a radio host, he's a presenter, and he is currently the king of UK rap content. It's BTB Max.
Hey,
shouts to you, my bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thanks for having me, man. It's a
No,
nice
absolutely.
setup.
Where does the name BTB Max come from? Because I was spelling it B, the number 2,
Bro,
B.
everyone says that.
You see what I'm saying?
Everyone's saying back to back. I'm like, bro.
Actually, no, I thought it was like business to business, because obviously, like, you're on your thing, you get me. But
you know what? What I like about it is that I can change it to mean whatever I like, because BTB, funny enough, can mean a lot. So, like, for example, the freestyles is bring the bars freestyles.
Okay.
But the BTB stands for become the best. It's like
sick.
Originally I started on fitness content, and it was actually become the biggest.
Really?
The biggest, yeah. And then I sort of was like, well, I can't have become the biggest. That sounds weird.
Yeah.
So it's like BTB become the best. So kind of like my ethos in life. Everything I do is just try and become the best version of myself.
Sick.
And so that's just like, yeah, I want to make it more, when I get older, more BTB media. And so it's just a content platform, which is same heart as mine. It was like trying to spread positivity, really.
I think you're kind of already doing that though, because your TikTok's actually like B2B media, right?
Yeah.
So
Sick. I don't want to let go of the handle, but I might need to
shuffle
it, shift it to another TikTok.
You need to, bro. You need to, bro.
Exactly.
You need to. I mean, that speaks perfectly to me, because like I said to you before we got in here, like, you are hammering, bro. Every single time I go on TikTok, I go on Instagram, Max's story, Reels.
Yeah, I'm
TikToks.
tired, man. I'm outside, really.
I'm trying. How do you do it, bro? How do you do it?
I don't know. You know what it is? I'm so hungry. I've always been hungry, but now it's like, why not? Like, why not go and get this interview? Like, what? Because I'm tired. Like, it'll take 2 hours of my time and I can get it done. And it's like, it's just making it work. And what it is, at the minute, I still live at home, but I've made the decision I'm going to move out next year. So something's ticked in my head now that it's like, this can't fail. There's no plan B. I don't want to go back to work. Like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to be applying for jobs again,
bro.
So I don't know what it is, but I always pride myself on how hard I can work. And yeah,
like, most of this conversation, I really want to help other people kind of get into, like, what does it mean to really, be the best? You get me? So for you, what does like a normal day look like for you?
Honestly, it varies. Like, I try to go gym at some point in the day, but for one reason, to listen to music, the other to like physically move, because a lot of my days can be just at editing, and it's like it can be almost in a cave, like in my room, just editing till whatever o'clock. I'll try to do admin in the morning, like get all my emails and try. I don't have a set day, but I'll try to get my admin out of the way in the morning, schedule my posts, maybe even schedule for the next couple of days, like have them lined up in TikTok. So if I'm busy in the evening, I can just press post, done. Try to, heavy on the try. Also try and reply to all the DMs and stuff, but there's a lot, and it's like emails, like every DM is actually like an email, and there's actions and all this stuff, and it's actually, you can't just open it passing. So sometimes my DMs pile up, but it's like, I mean, bro, send time.
I've seen it, like, even messaging you to, like, as much as I knew you was gonna be here, like, I knew that you was gonna be slow in responses, but I also remember that, bro. It's like he's doing a lot. You get me? Like, you're doing a lot.
I appreciate it.
I mean, I get it, bro. I know what it's like to be busy, man. You feel me? I know. Not currently, but I know what it's like to be busy.
And then there's usually an event on in the evening, or I don't know, I might be filming with someone in the day. It's very random. I do a lot of side quests too. So
take me through. I mean, we're on Friday at the moment. Take me through this week. What have you done this week from Monday up until now?
So Monday I was filming with Youth Music and Cube shout out Cube.
Yep.
In Elephant and Castle. And then I took part in a YouTube video. Again, this is a side quest, bro. Last week, someone came up to me at an event. As I was leaving, she was like, can I talk to you for 5 minutes? I was like, yeah, okay. And she's a YouTuber. She's sick. She's called Taz, Click for Taz on YouTube. Sick. And she basically was planning this video idea where she got 3 random strangers and cooked them Christmas dinner. So I went to this yard in Hackney. I was there like, I actually don't know this person or where I am. So should I be worried? But I got there, and it was so random. But
side quest.
Yeah. So Monday ended up in Hackney. Tuesday I actively did nothing in terms of out the house. I stayed at home and I was editing. I was sorting out videos and cleaning up my computer a bit. You know, when all your storage is like full and everything, it's like, all right, let me see if I can move.
Bro, your storage was full when I came down to Westside.
It's still like today. I filmed some videos today, and I was like, what can I delete? Like, yeah, I need to like spend a whole day sorting it. Wednesday, I was editing. I've done an interview with Amelia, long form.
Yeah.
I was sorting out like timestamps and just trying to get that ready to put out on YouTube. Sick. What did I do yesterday? I think yesterday I actually got in a nice swing of filming TikToks. Like I used to do it every single day when I wasn't out at events. Every single evening I don't know, I'll just get like ideas and I'll make 2, 3, 4 videos. Yesterday I did that. I made 2 or 3 videos, but where I'm out quite a lot, I don't find them little pockets to make the videos, which is sad because that's what got me into it in the first place, just making TikToks. Like from literally random ideas that come to me.
I mean, as far as I was aware, you started posting around like 2020. So it's been literally,
funny enough, 4 years ago, like this week was when I started making UK rap content because I've got the memories on TikTok.
Sick. And so you said you was doing fitness before then?
Yeah, I was doing fitness and mental health stuff as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't go that far back.
Bro, so what 2017 I started doing fitness
What
stuff.
was the switch? Like, what was the switch?
So I started fitness content at school, like in sixth form, purely because I was going gym. I'd been going gym for like 2-3 years with my friend. So we started it together essentially to show people how to work out because our friends were starting gym. You know, when it's like year 13 and you booked Magaluf and suddenly everyone cares about how they look. So they were all hitting me up like, oh, Max, come gym with me. I was like, actually, no, just follow the account. We'll show you our workouts.
Sick.
So it was just that. And again, it was all positivity. Because I'm not filming my workout every single day. I was getting people to send me their videos. I'm like, yo, check out my guy. He's got this sick exercise. Check out this guy, the long distance, whatever. Like, and it was more of a community. Then throughout university, I carried it on just by myself because I enjoyed it. And I connected with some good people through doing it, actually. And I think once you show people you're not afraid to put yourself out there, there's kind of like, I don't know, I've been able to take that. It's been much easier to start other ideas because of that, that first step. I went through some madness at uni in terms of relationships and mental health and stuff. So I did one video speaking about mental health on there and just about how fitness helped me. And people were like, people as in like my friends and my community were responding to it. And I was like, oh, like guys don't talk about their mental health. And so many people that I'm seeing in the DMs or the comments are relating to this. So I then started talking about mental health and my journey and things that helped me. And again, sharing clips that other people put, sharing wisdom. That didn't go crazy, but it was nice for me to do something positive. And then I jumped on TikTok. All this was on Instagram. Then I jumped on TikTok in lockdown, was trying everything, trying the fitness, trying the mental health. I was just trying stuff. It was hard in lockdown to do gym stuff. And then I saw an idea about a football TikTok that I was like, this football like theme they did. And I applied it to UK Rap. Just on a whim, just because I was like, let me try and make videos daily. People say you make 3 videos a day. Let me make one about music. And I was like, oh, I was quite good to do. Let me make a part 2. And then the part 2 did numbers. Part 1 did nothing, but I just liked the idea. So part 2, it did numbers. And I was like, let me do a part 3. Let me do a part 4. I posted one every day for 15 days straight. And I think I gained like a fair few thousand followers in just that 15 days. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've been posting every day for years. I found something that's actually worked. And I was like, well, I can speak about music way easier than I can do gym content in lockdown. And so I did. And then here we are, like 4 years later. 4 years later, we're here. I mean, I've always been a fan of the music, so it felt very natural to me. But yeah.
This is interesting though, because like so many people will say, oh, like consistency. But then there's also, for me at least, I've understood that sometimes you need to be inconsistent in trying everything before you find the thing that works, you know?
You need to be prepared to fail for 5 years before anything.
Trust, bro, trust. I've personally seen people consistently do the wrong thing, you know? And it's like, they can't see that they're hitting a brick wall, especially when it comes to like content creation. It's like, bro, you're pushing like, you're at the 300 view cap.
That was me, bro.
And it's like, you're gonna need to, you know, at some point.
It's so hard to, in your first 10 videos that you blow. Like, I made hundreds of videos before I started understanding what works, because every time you're making that video, low key, even if you think it slaps, you're low key finding out this doesn't work. And you can blame the algorithm we want or whatever, but you're low key learning that like, I shouldn't do something that I've done in this video. And like Moyo, I don't know if you know about Moyo. He's the reason I jumped on TikTok. I was friends with him. He was doing YouTube, I was doing Instagram.
Sick.
He jumped on TikTok and blew like straight. And he even was posting about it this week. Like he was doing all these like dance challenges. It's like he was trying to do all this stuff until he found out. And it worked for him in the end. So it's like, you should never be afraid to post anything or try. Like, and we should never shame people for trying as well. Like, we've got to be prepared to fail. Like you have to be.
Trust. What was the goal? Like when you jumped on TikTok, like or was there like a goal prior to the fitness, prior to the mental health? Like,
I guess for the fitness and mental health, it was always just to spread positivity. And like, I wanted to be on bigger platforms doing it, but I thought I've got to create something first. So it was always to spread positivity and try and just encourage people to better themselves in whatever way possible. With TikTok, I can't lie, with TikTok, I was just fed up of having no growth. So I was TikTok clearly works for some people. I just wanted some sort of numbers of success on TikTok when I first jumped on it. And then you see the beauty in community, because like my account's not actually grown that much in the last couple years or like year or two, but my Instagram has, my YouTube has, and like, I don't know, I'm having better conversations with people on there. I'm like building the community, which in itself is like really nice. Like,
yeah. I mean, I saw your stuff initially on TikTok, which then led me to Instagram, and I realized that we had so many mutuals as well and whatnot. I mean, like obviously I'm a fan of UK rap, not as much as you, bro. Like you're
no one is
in it, bro. You're in it. You're in it. You get me? But then, like you say, that sense of community, because you go to certain places. Like if you grow organically on Instagram, I don't know, man. It feels like there's a bit of pretense there more than anything, as opposed to people genuinely wanting to be invested. You feel me? So have you like felt a difference in like your TikTok interaction versus your Instagram interaction versus your YouTube?
It does. It always baffles me, because like I'll post one video that might blow on one app and flop on the other. The other day I posted 2 videos at the same time on all the apps, and both of them did well on different apps, and they were like both videos from concerts. I don't understand it. I'll never fully understand it. I find that TikTok, like, because I don't know, maybe it's because I've been on there the longest. I still love it the most in terms of the content, the engagement, the community. Instagram, I've rarely had a video do better on Instagram than anything else, but when it does, it often just has like more toxic people on there from an older gen. I don't know, but I've not like had major success on Insta to be able to like fully compare. Same with YouTube. YouTube, I get the most mad hate comments, but I'm like, how has this person found this video? But
spam though, innit? It's bare spam accounts on YouTube. YouTube, especially where you got like a lot of old heads who ain't got nothing better to do, jobless.
You know, so it's like, bored. I kind of find it funny that someone just has got the time to write such mad hate.
You ain't got nothing better to do, bro, innit? This
tiny
is it.
Short,
In terms of like blowing up, have you had any videos that have like blown up for the wrong reasons?
Not really videos for the wrong reasons. Like nothing where like I've never said anything mad that's gone taken up. But the one time I woke up and saw I'm Just Bait tagged you in a reel, I was like, oh no. But it was when I spilled a drink on Jorja Smith, and I made a little video being like, Jorja, I'm sorry.
When was this?
I was at some event 2 years ago, I think. It wasn't my fault, but I don't know if Jorja knows that.
You don't sound sure.
Bro, no, what it was, I was at this event, and it was Popcorn's album launch party, maybe like a few years ago. Massive event. It was sick. Like one of them ones I was starstruck. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. Also, it was one of the ones where it said black tie, and I went in black tie, and I was the only one in black tie. It was like, I'm seeing a man in tracksuits there. I'm like, oh, they've done me dirty. I was there on time. No one's
in
there.
A black tie.
Like, oh damn. But I was there with my friend, and then we see Jorja Smith there. I was like, I've never seen Jorja Smith at an event, but obviously she's with all her girls. So I'm like, I'm not gonna go into this group and say it. So I was like, whatever. I was like, oh, it's Jorja Smith. Then I'm at the bar getting a drink, and she's next to me. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna say something like rate it. And she was really nice. Like I was chatting to her for a little bit, and then Popcorn, obviously his event, he was going to the toilet and he was getting escorted by his bouncers. His bouncers, oh my gosh, they're like 6'6". They wear ballies, like they're just units of men.
Yeah.
And they were basically clearing a path for him. I saw them literally like shoving like these big names, just pushing them out of the way. And they must have pushed someone. I see them coming. They must have pushed someone that just went straight into me. I've got my hand here, straight into me. My drink goes all over Jorja Smith's back. And I was just like, I'm so sorry. And because she was facing me and the guy was coming this way, I don't know if she saw like that I didn't just fumble, but so
Jorja
embarrassing.
Smith, if you're watching,
I'm so sorry, man.
It wasn't his fault.
She must have seen the video. Like, she posted a picture on Instagram like that week, because it had gone like viral on like other platforms, like I'm Just Bait. Everyone in the comments like, oh, my guy Max like says sorry. I found it so funny.
I mean, I hope she got the message. Because it would be you though, innit?
It would.
It would be you.
I can't believe it. But yeah, that was like going viral. But like when I posted the video, I knew like, oh, people were probably like
not gonna pick up. I mean, it's Jorja,
it's one of them ones that I probably didn't realize I should have, that it would be posted on outside of just my community, because Yeah, that's an embarrassing story.
Of all people, Jorja Smith as well. I saw you posted the other day about, you were talking about grime, about how some of these old heads are beginning to, not gatekeep, but at least share views that could be a bit gatekeeper-ish, you feel me? Like,
yeah, like there's a lot of like, not hate, but like a lot of lil bro to the new gen of grime fans.
Yeah.
Which I would say is myself, because I was barely alive in 2004 when Kano was dropping, like, and there's a lot of this sort of like entitlement. A lot of people be like, bro, this is common knowledge. Like, oh, these new gen grime fans are or like, tell me you only just like Skepta. And it's like, bro, I'm a fan of the music, but like, let me be a fan. Like, I could tell you everything about the music that I grew up on, but I am doing my research. This is why I get when I do my research on the older stuff and I post about it, because I'm trying to educate people like myself, like the people that are growing up now listening to Aitch or whatever.
You're bridging the gap.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. I would rather the older gen be like, oh, bro, if you like this, you should check out this, because they know way more than me. And I'm not saying I know more than them. Even on that video, I was talking about a Skepta lyric from 2005, and everyone's like, bro, how this is coming? I'm like, I was 6 in 2005.
So what do you want from me?
Do you expect me to memorize a Skepta lyric? Like, of course not. Like, it's dumb, and it's also like, it's kind of sad because these are like grown ass men that are having this attitude. And it's like, bro, have some, like, welcome us, put us on, because this will bridge the gap. Yeah. Because what am I then gonna, if someone tells me they like grime because they like DJ Aitch and very valid. A lot of people on TikTok are born in flipping 2010. Like, it's insane, bro.
Facts,
so
facts.
like, I can't then be like, what? You don't know Power 2011? Like, you don't know. It's like, well, nah, because they've only just
here.
Yeah, literally, they were 1 year old. Like,
I wasn't here, bro.
So
like,
we got to keep bridging the gap. And like I say, everything I do is positive. I never try to spread negativity, or I never normally clap back unless like I will in the comments, but more just like to be like, explain my point and to cuss people out. Because again, it's not for me. Like,
yeah. Do you reckon you'll ever get to a point by which you kind of have to like clap back? You feel me? Do you ever?
Yeah, like I'll say what I want to say, but with what I do, I'm always careful of what I say, because people flip things and turn. So I always watch my video back and be like, I can stand on what I've said there. Yeah. Some people will take things out of context, or certain people will take things as disrespect, and I'm like, so I'm always careful how I deliver stuff, especially if it's like opinions on music. I never, like, people put their heart in music, and if it's shit, I won't tell you it's shit, but I'll try and find a positive. I'll try and find a positive.
Max said I'm gonna spin it in a way. I've had experiences on TikTok where I've said things, they've been taken many times, where I've said things that's been taken out of context, or the context I thought I delivered wasn't received that way. Yeah. You know, and I've kind of had to learn that, you know, sometimes
you gotta leave it.
Bro, you get me? I said what I said, because you're always going to focus on the negative comments more than the positive, you get me? So if you've got 10 people saying, yeah, I agree with you, and you've got 2 people saying, actually, I don't, you're probably going to be like, you're going to start questioning yourself, you're looking back on it, you feel me?
Yeah, no, there's been definitely times where I've been like stressed, like going to sleep and stuff, because I've been like trying to like reading the comments in my video before I go to bed and be like, right, I'm getting bare hate on this. I don't want to wake up tomorrow to more. So you're trying to reply and whatnot, but you're like, damn, am I deleting this video? Am I ignoring it? And more time next week, there's a new video people talking about. So it is one of the ones you just got, it comes with the territory, but it's never nice receiving hate, or it's never nice when people just don't understand what you're saying. So they're moving mad, but they don't understand it. But because they're mad, you can't explain it to them. Because
and you're left in a position by which is like you say, do I delete it? Do I just leave it? But I don't know. That's me. Obviously, your platform is different from mine. Like, I'm gonna stand on shit, bro. You feel me? So you're gonna stand on shit in your way. Are there any artists that you simply wouldn't cover? Because, and the reason why I ask this is because, like, when you think about UK rap, think about rap in general, there's a lot of toxic themes. You get me? Toxic themes, you get me? Misogyny, homophobia, violence, all of that. And don't get me wrong, we love it. It's a bop. You get me?
It's what sells,
It's what sells, you feel me? So it's like, where do you, as someone who's essentially being the bridge, you get me? Where do you draw the line?
It's interesting because I sometimes, like, I was at a drill music video at the start of the year, and the stuff these guys were saying, I was like, do I want to get a video with them? But at the same time, me making a video with them in my like style, it not like humanizes them, I guess, or just make, like, they are just normal people. And like some of these guys will have a mad mask and they're just a normal guy underneath. Like, obviously, I always, like, I never dig into the politics of the rap beef. I keep it strictly music and strictly positive, because That's the side I don't want to get on. And if I can purely just promote the music side of it, if you make a drill song and I'm like, this is the coldest song, forget what's being said, and I might be like, yeah, let's just ignore what they're saying, but take in the way he's delivering it, whatever. We keep it strictly positive, then hopefully that will only encourage either the artist or the fans to put pressure on the artist to keep making music. And ultimately, music is a massive like tool to better people's situations.
Facts. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've worked with a bunch of like younger, or I guess rather aspiring drill artists. You get me? And like, I've always, if I'm engineering a session, for example, I'm always mindful that cool, I can censor you and be like, no, don't say this, don't say you get me inciting violence. But then also I need to understand that you have the right to say what you want and express your experience, you get me, and be able to tell your story the way you want to tell it, you feel me? So I definitely think it's always a tough balance to strike. If I'm being honest, I do not fear, but like there is like that slight undertone of concern that as you grow, you know, and you become even more reputable in that space, that people could be looking at you as like, what Max says goes, you feel me? And so it's like, I question whether you might find yourself in a position by which, you know, you might have to be like, okay, well, maybe not, or you might have to like, you know?
My thing when it comes to talking about, like, I get a lot of messages for just to promote music, and my thing is I have to listen to the song first, regardless of money, if there even is money involved. It's like, one, I'm going to give my honest opinion. So two, if I don't like the song, I'm not going to talk about it. So like, I've turned down promos. I'm like, I can't lie, bro. You don't want me to speak on this. Like, I'll never say like, I think your song's shit, but I'm like, I can't lie, bro. I'm not feeling it. And like, I've said online, I'm not a massive fan of the wave style of rap. So
really?
Nah, I'm not really. Like, I'll jokingly like say stuff about D Block Europe. I don't hate D Block Europe. I just don't listen to their music. I don't listen to it. That's it. But I'd interview young ads. Like,
of course.
But yeah, I'm very careful in that sense, in that like, because I want my opinion, like, because it's my opinion. Like, I want to say my opinion. So if I don't like your song, I'm
just not gonna give my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a tough space to navigate, man. And like, again, I think because you're in a very particular sector, you're dealing with UK rap. You know, it's not pop. Like, you're dealing with themes that are, they're full. They're heavy, bro. You get me? They're heavy. Have you ever interviewed an artist that like you weren't necessarily feeling, but you did it because, you know, whether it be for money, whether it be for
I've done some interviews, or like, because you never really know what you're gonna get. Like, for example, like my best interview I've done this year was with Aitch. That was purely by luck.
Nice.
He was in backstage area at a festival. So was I. I said hello to him. He recognized my stuff. So I was like, sick. You got 5 minutes?
Sick.
Best video I've done this year in terms of numbers. And it's because Aitch has got such a, like, there's no censor. He'll say whatever.
Yeah, straight.
And you can have fun with him, whatever. A lot of rappers, some of the rappers that I've interviewed, you kind of forget they are who they say they are in the lyrics. And so if you want me coming to ask you, tell me something random about you, they're not really going to be, they'll go into their little shell. So it's like, no, that's nothing on them. Like, that's kind of what Ash should have expected that. But it's been annoying sometimes if I've gone through a lot of effort to get an interview, because pretty much all the interviews I do are unpaid. Like, I go through effort to get the interview. Obviously, you have to edit it, post it,
prep,
and it's just like prep, and it's like, damn. Come on, man! You could have given me a little bit of something, like, just a bit of personality. Essentially, that's all I want to do, is get some personality out of these guys, and as well as like, I love the music, so I want to find out a bit more about music for the music fans' perspective. Something random that, I don't know, just something random, something interesting that maybe people that don't know you, or maybe have just heard of you or whatever, can now maybe connect a little bit more, or just to find something new about you.
That's a skill in itself, though, being able to bring out like the personality in people. And I think that's why I enjoyed like being on Westside with you so much, because it was like we were able to bounce off each other. It was just chat, you feel me? Just bounce off each other. And I can imagine that a lot of, like you say, a lot of these rappers. I
do always prefer, if I can, to just chill with someone for half an hour before. That's rarely the case, but if I can, I just find it flows so much better. Like, if we've just chilled for a little bit, so we get, even like interview someone today and we just like walked to a spot to do the interview for 5 minutes, got a drink and just got set up, and it was like, all right, cool, we're just comfy now. But where I am right now, I don't get that privilege of a lot of these guys. A lot of it is just like opportunity. If I can grab it
on the
now,
go, on the go, Max.
Literally, bro. So it helps that people have seen my stuff now. And obviously not everyone, but like with Aitch, for example, if I tried that 2 years ago, he'd have probably been like, nah, sorry, G, I got to do this. But because he'd seen my stuff, it was like,
Makes
sick,
sense.
sick.
So
Like,
it's BTB Max.
he got a bit of time for me, which
Yeah.
is still a mad feeling for me. Look, like
I
that's
mean,
the case. Because I was with my boy, like we were just at the festival with my boy, and he was like, "Bro, Aitch knew you." I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
like, bro, he did."
Yeah, but like even when I went onto like your Instagram, like obviously Potter's following you. Like, I mean, most of the musicians that I know who follow me follow you as well. You get me? So
Bro, Potter's the nicest rapper. Like in terms of rappers that show me the most love, Potter Papers.
I've met him twice, and every time, bro, straight,
Yeah,
just straight.
mad.
Equally, I've met some other rappers who are the complete opposite. You get me? Don't meet your heroes,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them aren't heroes, innit? But like,
yeah.
you know, and so like when you finally meet someone, like you say, like Aitch, like Potter, when you're like, oh, you know what? Cool, you're actually blessed, you know?
Yeah, it's mad.
It's a nice feeling. I just want to touch on, you mentioned like not getting paid for stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people think that, you know, when you get to max level at TikTok and at Instagram, that, you know,
I'm broke. Like,
money's broke, bro.
I'm still, like I've told you, like I make most of my money in a week. Yeah. So like we're saying, my average week, I tutor for 10 hours a week, and that pays me a few £100 that some weeks I get nice money from one video, some weeks I get money from presenting, some weeks I don't get any money and I'm working just as hard. But it's like no one's gonna pay me to do this, that, the other, or like if I'm doing it for myself.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing a brand, like, so I do lack like the outreach in terms of getting brands to help me and stuff, but I don't know, I just feel like I'd rather focus on just bettering my position.
Yeah, of
until
course,
I
of
can
course.
get a manager or get on a platform that can pay me.
That will pay you. That will pay you, please. Yeah, I think we're at similar parts in our journey where like we've clearly established things that we're good at. B, that there's a need for what we do, whether it be, I don't know, Link Up TV clearly want you because you know you have an audience, you're able to bridge that gap. For example, I do a lot of interviews at the Roundhouse, and so you know they know that I can do this. I'm doing an interview now. We can do this, but there is that point where you're off the ground, but you're not quite flying. And I think for me, that's kind of like the hardest part because it's like you've come too far to go back.
Yeah,
you know. But then still going forward, you don't know how long it is before you get that paycheck.
That's the thing. It could be tomorrow, I could get a phone call or email and I'm clear. Or it could be in 2 years' time and you just got to stay. And that's the thing. A lot of people see stuff, like even people might see me now and be like, bro, I've literally had a DM from someone going, Max, I'm trying to be like you. Can you like buy me a camera so I can start? I'm like, bro, gotta buy me a camera first. Like I've just used my phone. Like I'm sure you're messaging me on an iPhone. My phone is out of storage. Like, yeah. And I'm like, people, I don't know. I find it mad when people think I'm in a certain way, but I was the same. I remember seeing Claudia on Link Up TV again 2 years ago in 2021 when I started. Being like, damn, bro, I want to be holding that mic. And then I was on the Link Up mic last week, and I was like, oh, well, it's a weird one because it's like I should definitely celebrate the achievements and the progress.
Absolutely.
And looking back, it is mad to see, but I'm still not where I want to be.
Yeah.
And it's a weird like relationship because it's like I'm so proud of myself, but I can't sit still because I know how much work it's taken to get here. And I'm still not even like,
there's more to come.
I'm still trying to find new clients to tutor just so I can get some more money. Like it's mad.
Fact. It's mad. Again, like people don't really deep like what you have to go through when you know you've committed to this journey.
I know, and sometimes I'm like, damn, if only I was like a flipping makeup influencer and
but then I don't think they're eating it either. If I'm honest, man, I think
certain
they're probably eating it too.
But it's like, but it's like I'm not doing this just for the money. Obviously, the money.
Yeah.
It's one of them ones that when you're working, my boy said this to me, is like, I think he quit his 9 to 5 because he was like, what's more likely to make me a millionaire? Is it be broke for 10 years doing content and then it works for 3? You could be a millionaire. Or am I gonna spend 13 years at a 9 to 5?
You will never be a millionaire.
Exactly. Bro. It's like, no matter how many promotions you get. So it's like, when you zoom out a bit on life, you're like, I can probably look at this phase of being broke and be grateful. Because most people say, this is like the bit that they miss the most. So it's kind of like, I have to keep that in mind, assuming I'm going to make it. But it's like, I don't know. There's no guarantees. There's literally none. It's terrifying, but you have to stay hungry.
I also think that like, you got enough evidence to show that, you know, you're building a community. And I think that's the difference between people who like makeup influencers, because they will come and go. Makeup will change, you know, get me. You might say something out of line and then that's it. Cancelled. Old tweets resurface, cancelled. Whereas when you've built a community, like, I don't know. I see long-term growth in building a community and being able to bridge those gaps, because it now means that the same way that I saw with like Dens and Rens, like, you know, they were the go-to, or at least one of the reactions. For the reactions, you feel me? And like, I don't know, I get where they've kind of stopped and like reactions aren't really the thing anymore, you know? having a one-stop shop for like UK rap news and everything that's going on there, like it feels like it makes sense. And so I guess it's a matter of just like you just like leveraging however that may be. Leveraging that in a way that makes sense, bro. Makes sense. This is the reason why I set this up. There's a reason why I set this up, because I was like, okay, people want me to interview these people and that's great. But similar to you, I don't want to be waiting for my next opportunity. I'm not waiting for
gotta make stuff happen yourself. You have to build your own thing.
This is it.
People need to understand that one, it's gonna take time, and two, you gotta do what makes sense. Like you gotta do your own thing. Like I get better artists DMing me being like, oh, I'll promote my music, or like I'm the sickest rapper, and I go on Instagram, there's no music there. I'm like, bro, at least prove to yourself you can make good music. Like it's all good saying it, but you need to like, and realistically, people like myself are probably gonna at least check out if there's some numbers or something to back it up. Like, even if there's not the craziest numbers, but if I think it's good and all the comments are positive and they're not just from your friends, it's like, like there needs to be something, and you got to build a little bit of momentum first before you start.
I think there's a bit of entitlement when it comes to artists, especially rappers. As someone who had a fare at being a rapper themselves, there's a sense of entitlement, bro. You think, because you're sold the lifestyle, not the actual work. You get me? You're sold this idea that, you know, studio's booked, you're going to come to the studio, you're going to drop your bars, and then get me, car's going to drop you today, you're going to get some munch, you're going to go home, bun two suits, and it's like, bro. It's like, there's a grind. There's a real grind, you know? And so the more young artists that I approach now and I come into contact with, I'm like, yeah, there is way more that needs to be done than people imagine. You feel me?
100%.
And so what is the goal for you? Like, what is the goal? Where is it you want to be?
It's like, on a personal level, I want to be like, I want to present on a sick radio show.
Shout.
I want to get paid for flipping radio.
Shout.
Where I can just run my show. I've put on people on freestyles. That's on a personal level. And then with that, hopefully be able to present at the Brit Awards. I want to host the Brit Awards one day, but it starts with...
I'll see you there, bro.
See you there, bro. It starts with the presenting. I want to present there and just be a bit of a personality. Obviously, stay true to the music scene, but you know, I still like football. I want to be kicking ball with the sidemen one day, things like that. So that's on a personal level. And then in terms of the like, almost not retirement plan, but the bigger thing is I want to build like a media platform in BTB Media where I can, I mean, I still don't fully know exactly what yet, but cool, maybe I can bring back BTB Fitness and work with upcoming fitness influencers to create a fitness platform. Maybe I can do the music and, you know, I just sort out artists to come on, but I don't have to film, present or whatever. I can just film freestyles. I want to basically build a media platform where I can put on other people to become the best versions of themselves.
Sick. And good ethos as well. So are you talking like more like an agency where it's like in-house production as well?
Yeah.
But then it's also like a digital platform.
You know what, like in terms of long-term goal, I would love, you know what, how Stormzy has Murky HQ? I would love that, bro. To have like football pitches.
Yes.
I'd love to have like a center football pitches where you can just encourage positivity there. A gym that's maybe free to use. He's got studios like in there. I want to get studios so people come make music. Flipping. I want to have equipment people can hire, do podcasts. Like, yeah. I loved my youth club growing up. I basically want to just put money into like a youth club and like, not even just for youth, just for aspiring people. Literally, bro. Anyone who wants to become a better version of themselves, I want to just do that. And I'm aware that's not even like a profit making thing. That's like a give back project, but that's definitely something I want to do one day. Yeah, but like when your whole career has been built off like giving, it's like at that point you're not even trying to make profit at that point. You're not trying. It's not a cash grab. You get me? Like it's and the maddest thing is it can be a cash cow. You get me? The fact that we're literally in a space like this now says everything you need to know to show that it can work. But when it's coming from a place of like genuine, like I've spent the past 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years giving you guys, giving. It's like, this is my final gift. Like, here's a space by which you can come in, create, be the best version of yourself. You feel me? I can't see a world by which that wouldn't work. Because I mean, look at Pirate Studios. It's in the ground. Who's been your favorite artist to interview and why? Ooh.
You mentioned Aitch, so not Aitch.
Not an artist, but Amelia, Dimoldenberg.
Yeah, she
was great to interview. More because we had like a 10-minute chat off camera. It was at the GRM Gala, so again it was by chance. Sick. But it was just she's just someone that's done it. She's just like created something that's sick, and like to see where she is now, and it's been 10 years of growth for her, and even to have that conversation a year and a half ago, it was just like really inspiring off camera, and then on camera, you know, she just knows how to be on camera, so it was just a good interview. Aitch probably meant the most to me just because he's the reason I got into it, but funny enough, that interview it's not out because the audio messed up. it's a silent interview. But I still did it. I still interviewed him.
The credit's there.
But
And I mean, it's not about the credit. It's about about you.
And it
feel
will
me?
come back. Like, Wretch has told me since, like, we'll do it. We'll run it back. We'll run it back. So it's just a matter of timing. Hopefully it's like on my radio show and BBC or whatever in 2 years' time or something. But
and I mean, you did content with Avelino the other day. So
yeah,
like,
to be fair, that hour long, I always think short form. The hour long interview with Avelino was definitely the best because because the hour long. Like, he's genuinely one of my favorite artists. It's not like I don't know, it's not like an industry put together thing. That was just me and Avelino having a chat. No one even knows about it. It's not even out yet. But wow, even editing that, there's a moment where like I'm talking about one of his songs and we're singing it together. And I'm like, rah, that was like, this is literally one of my favorite songs ever. I'm just flipping duetting it.
Avelino's right.
Like, that song got me through a heartbreak. And we're out here just singing it together. I was like, wow. I was literally editing it. Like, normally I hate editing some of my videos, especially the long ones where it's like, oh, I stumbled that question or whatever. And it's like, wow. I was literally watching it like, wow, that's me.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, bro, man. You got to take the time to celebrate those things, man. You have to, man, because otherwise you just end up getting caught in it. You get caught in it, and you know the rat races being in London, like you're already being pressured to, be the best. You get me, or be quicker or be faster.
Yeah, it's mad.
So like, I think it's important that you take the time
balance is key, and it's really hard to do.
Bro, let me know when you find it, because
it's like this weekend I'm going up north with my missus for like 4 days, and it's like I need that just countryside air. Yeah. I just need 3-4 days of it and it's like having that booked means I can go hard this week knowing that there's a little break.
Sick. I was going to say, so are you going to schedule your content?
I'll probably use that as like a way to catch up on my backlog. So I don't need to be filming. I might film a little if I get an idea. That's where it's nice. There's no pressure. If I get a little idea, I can film it then and there. I don't need to go to something. And it's one of them ones, it's like, if I've got something on tonight and there's another thing on tonight, I'm like, oh, should I be there? Should I be here? When I'm up there, it's like, I can't be there, bro. Nowhere, bro. It's quite a nice feeling. It's like I'm missing the Powell 20-year show, which is gutting, but it's like, I can't go. Like, I'm not there. So it's actually quite nice to be like, you know what? I don't even need to think like, oh, I need to be there. I need to get the first video out. It's like, actually, that one, you know what? I'm just going to give that a miss. Like, I'm not there. You know what I'm struggling at the minute is taking in the new music because I'm out and about. And it's like, on a Friday, I'll try to listen to all the key songs that drop, but more time I'm skipping to 30 seconds, listening to 30 seconds of it, and just to get a vibe check. I'm not even listening to the whole song. Wow. And then like, just to know like, right, I should listen to that one later. Nah, that one's a bit there. And it's like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing that. I do try and catch up on it all, but it's just like, that first listen to be like, this song's a banger,
I remember,
it's mad.
Because when we linked up last time, I remember asking you like, how do you consume all this music? And you was like, bro, you just try to get it where you can, you feel me?
That's how I try to go. Honestly, it keeps me in the gym because if an album drops and I know I need to, if everyone's talking about it and I'm like, I need to form an opinion first because I'm not just going to hop on or reply to other people's without thinking of my own. So like the Lancey album, the Lancey Fimi, Len.
Haven't even listened to it yet?
I was at their show and I was like, I haven't even given this album a chance yet. I've only listened to it like twice. It's not I don't love that kind of music, but I can understand it. And I listened to it in the gym and I was like, okay, I get bits of it now and I like bits of it as well. So it's like, I don't know, you need to let the music breathe a bit. And I feel like we're so consumed at the minute. Like,
but I think that's what's tough part, because like even when I'd come to see you, we spoke about Nines' new album. At the time I hadn't fully taken it in myself. I did, because especially where it's UK rapping, it's Nines. I want to let that
you want to take that
marinate.
In,
you feel me?
Last ever album, like
this is it.
You've got forever to take that in.
You know,
but at the same time,
I was like,
after his show next week, probably
got 48 hours, bro. So
talk about it that often. Yeah,
it's tough, innit? It's tough, especially where, like you say, man, we're trained to consume so much, man. Like, how do you switch off? What does switching off look like for you?
Can't lie, I don't very often. Like I'll be up until silly o'clock. Not even doing anything important, but just like scrolling, looking at notifications, whatever. Because I've probably got a job I should be doing, but I'm just putting it off. And it's like,
procrastination.
Bro, it's mad. And the amount of times I just ruin my sleep. I'll tell you what is a blessing for me is my missus. I have to shout her out because when and she lives local, so if I go to hers in the evening, I can still do stuff at hers on my phone and whatnot, but I'm there to see her. So it's like, I do switch off better. And it's like, we'll wind down, probably go to bed at a good time. And then I can get up earlier and go again. And it's like, yeah, it makes sense.
Keeps that pattern going.
So yeah, literally, if I didn't have her, I don't know how I'd switch off.
You probably just be on the go, just like
Bro, I'd be asleep. Like
cracked out Max.
Yeah. So
Just-
I have to shout out Abby every time, man.
just keeps going. Just keeps going.
She gives me the balance like I need. Like
Yeah, you need it, man. I'm same with my partner, man. Like it's sometimes you
soft
need
life
that
balance.
Yeah, man, you need someone you can just kind of like you can go there and just like, okay, cool, I can get some work done here, but you know, it won't be like you say, because I'm the same, bro. Like I'll sometimes be at my computer for no reason.
But you're like,
I should be doing something.
you know, you should be doing something.
And I don't know what that
Yeah.
is. And then I go to the to-do list. And it's like, okay, I know what that is, but I don't want to do it right now.
Bro, I've got an email that I don't know why I've not replied to, but it's just been sat on my, literally every time I click on Gmail on my computer, it's there.
And just like,
And because
Leave
I know
the
I'm meant to
family,
reply,
bro.
I've opened other tabs to open Gmail to look at my other emails. So I know if I click off, I won't answer this. And it's like, I don't know why I do it, but it's just, sometimes
It's
the
tough.
mental blocks are mad.
yeah, man, it's overwhelming. I don't think we were ever designed to take in this much information. You
So
feel me?
much, bro.
And especially when you're on the content creation side of things, bro, it's even harder because not only are you consuming so then you can form an opinion, but then you also then have to film and edit and push that opinion out and then
respond to
respond to it and deal with the
Yeah.
response that you're getting as well, bro. So it's like,
It's so much. And if you're posting 2-3 videos in a day or every 2 days, you got to do that triple. And it's like, yeah. And then you got someone asking for a video. It's like, yeah, I'll do that video. And you're like, when? When am I doing that video?
When's
When
the
am I
time?
editing that? Like, I got 3 interviews I need to edit. I'm like, when am I doing? And like, I probably should all come out next week. I'm like, when am I doing that, bro?
I mean, it's funny because I feel like as much as I've been watching your content over the past few weeks specifically, and I've been inspired, having this conversation here, I'm like,
yeah, it's mad.
it's mad. It's all a bit mad. Because when I'm in my streak of like posting, it's usually when I've got time off work. But like balancing a 9 to 5 and trying to find.
It's not easy, bro.
Bro,
I
like-
remember when I was doing 9 to 5 on content and trying to gym, what I do is I'll go work. I can't lie, I would do bare of this work at work.
Yeah,
Like, I would,
yeah.
where I sat, like only the people next to me could see my screen.
Sick.
And when they went there, bro, I was editing videos, I was scheduling. Yeah, lunch break, I was taking work, like I was taking calls from artists, whatever,
Yeah,
outside.
yeah,
be
of
like,
course.
Yeah, like you're hustling, but at the same time, like when the work would be mad busy, like your actual 9 to 5, I'd go gym on my way home. Then I'd eat, shower, and then I'd give myself pretty much every day from like 8, 9 p.m. till I go to bed. I would try and make 2 to 3 videos every single day. And those were the times when I wasn't getting the invites to events because I wasn't known.
Yeah.
That was like the real grind of putting out the content daily. And
Sake of
that's
it.
where you can do. And I kind of wish I had them, even though I've got them 2 hours. It's just, I don't know, it's something about that time of night. I was just in my creative flow. I don't really know, but yeah.
I think there is something about like when you're limited on time, you really maximize it. You have to, you get me? But then at the same time, the past few days for me, like the past couple of days specifically, especially trying to set this up, going from work to get my trim to then making sure I got my questions for you. And then it's like, obviously I've done 2 interviews today and then like making sure the room was set up like, bro, I'm stressed.
Bro, so when I did the interview with Avelino, I booked a studio and so everything was set up because like normally I film my interviews at my yard where I've got my camera,
Sick.
my phone, my lights, my whatever, and it's like I got to change the battery every half hour, whatever, and it's like there's so much production to think about that I can.
Man, trying to be there and there,
bro. It's mad. So it's like for the Avelino interview, it's like no, actually, let me just focus on this interview. It was actually such a relief. I might have to just spend the money every time now.
I mean, hopefully by the time this comes out, the Avelino interview will come out as well.
It should do, to be fair. It should do, yeah.
Gas. How did the connection with you and Link Up come together? Because you do like regular content for them.
Yeah, that was, shout out Malika for that one, like 2 years ago now. They had the Control Room podcast. They didn't call it a podcast, but it was a podcast. Where it's like a panel show and every week they'll be talking about a new album or something.
Sick.
And yeah, I saw Rashid, who runs Link Up, at an event. And I was literally going up to him to be like, damn, I've got to introduce myself, whatever. And I literally was like, oh, Rashid, yeah, I'm Max. As I was introducing myself, he was like, yeah, bro, I know who you are. I was actually going to message you tomorrow. I'm like, what?
Raw.
And yeah,
Raw.
Malika had told him about me. And yeah, so I was on a panel show. So I spoke about Potter Paper's album and I spoke about the Heady One and K-Trap album. So I did those 2 episodes on the thing. And I edited some nice clips of my segment. And then off the back of that, I then got some editing work with them. So I was editing some shorts for them. So even though I wasn't on camera, I was still having a conversation with them throughout the year. Then, yeah, Rashid had this idea for this current show, The Link Up. And he just was like, yeah, like, let's do it. And he's one of the people you see at events all the time as well. So it was just one of them ones. The relationship started time ago. It's just keeping it friendly. And then, yeah, now every single Sunday, an episode of The Link Up comes up. And my segment is basically like a wrap up of what's happened. Basically, the UK rap news, what I do on TikTok, but
Yeah.
I'll do it there. Where it's all the stuff that's happened, all the talking points, and then it's like journalism. So like I'll go to the event to get the interview from whoever the conversation's about, and it's like, yeah, it's quite a lot.
See what I'm saying? But the things that you can build off the back of a relationship, though, it's like I think sometimes people think there's like a strategy, and you have
Honestly, one of the lessons I learned as well, like from doing this, like the long way, is like at first I was kind of like, oh my gosh, so and so's here. I need to get a video with them. I need to get, actually, you got to think long run, and actually even just to say like read the room, never force it. And sometimes if you force a video and the vibe's not right, cool, that video might go viral,
but artist,
you're probably not going to get a second video. But if you just say hello and if it's like cool. Artists, a lot of the times they've been smoking, so they might not be on TikTok form. So it's like maybe it's a hi, hello, introduce yourself, done. Yeah. Next time you see you, it's a I saw you at that thing. Oh yeah, and maybe there's time to kill at this event, so you can have a proper chat. Like you got to play the long game, and then you never know like what will come from it. So you got to be patient as well, and that's something I've learned the hard way as well. Definitely.
Yeah, and I hear it completely, man. What advice would you give to anyone who's trying to be in your position? Bearing in mind, you're not even where you want to be yet.
I know, man. I would definitely say just be committed, like be prepared to work hard for nothing for a long time. Like you have to love it. You have to love it, because sadly that's the reality for a lot of us. Not for everyone. Like some people do get it, not lucky, but like they get it nice.
Yeah.
But it happens, everything happens for different people in its own way. So that's one, you have to love it and do your own thing. Like I was having a conversation with someone about artists, and it's like, when they're trying to big up a new artist and they're like, oh, he sounds like this artist and this artist. And it's like, actually, you should just be like, nah, I'm sick, I'm me. There's only one me. Yeah. And so with content, it's like, whatever you want to do, whatever idea you have, just do that. Like, that's you. Like, do your thing. Take your inspirations. Like, that's fine. But you don't have to copy. Like, if you can do something original, run with that.
It's mad because, like, even when you think about originality, like, while your idea specifically of commenting on UK rap news isn't original.
No.
I can't think of who was doing it before you. Like I can't.
Well, it's like people would tweet it. So it's like instead of tweeting it, I'm just speaking it on a video and editing it. Like it's happened in multiple ways. Like the flipping news, like certain pages have done like, I think it was Link Up or GRM. They had like a little magazine. It's like, I'm just saying that. Like it's just different variants of it, I guess.
I'm more fascinated that there was a gap there. You feel me? Like, not to say there's only ever space for one person, but it's like,
of course.
I say, like, it's like when I think, all right, cool. Before Max, like, who was vocally commenting on this and giving me like chunks and segments of like, okay, this is what's happening, this is what's dropped, and I was like, no one. You feel me?
Yeah,
you get me? Like, so man, it's changed the game, bro.
Yeah, and
changed the game.
That wasn't even from me wanting to do that. It was more that like I screenshot everything I see throughout a week.
Yeah.
And I would screenshot it to be like, I'll make a video on that, make a video on that. And I'll come to the end of the week and I've got 6 things to talk about. I'm like, well, there's not really anything to say other than the headline and a little bit of detail. I'm like, why don't I just make one video with all this stuff every week? I was like, oh yeah. And then there we go. That's the UK rap news. Like, right. And now that's a segment that I do on Link Up and I do on the radio and on my TikTok. It's like.
Nice. And so how did you get into the radio?
The radio...
Westside.
It's a mad one because that's only happened relatively recently. We're zooming out of like the 4 years I've been doing content, and it's one of the ones that just makes so much sense. Like,
absolutely.
I talk music all day.
Literally,
I can do it all day. Why don't I do it? Hopefully for a living. Like, so yeah, Westside Radio. I went on. Shout out Isra. I met her at an event and she was telling me about radio, and I've been a guest on a few people's stations, and I was a bit scared of like the desk and all that stuff. I didn't know, I was scared of like the technical side. And then I went to go link Isra at Westside Radio, and she actually weren't there, but I went and met the production team, whatever, and they just put me on their show. They were like, almost as like an audition. Right. They were just like, I literally walked in and they were like, put the headphones on. I was like, I'm live on air right now, what the hell? I didn't even know these guys' names, and like I was live on air. And then I co-hosted on that show every Saturday morning for like a few months. Nice. And then they had me like cover some people when they were ill. And I was like literally learning on the job. Like, I don't know what this button does. I was like, there's no songs. Like, we're saying we got 10 minutes of songs we fill. And no one replied. So I was like, I guess I can just find songs and drag them. I was like, okay, that works. Like, literally learning it. And yeah, from about May, I've been June, July, somewhere in there, I got my own show. And every single Sunday I'm on there. And
nice.
I love it, bro. I actually love it. Like, even though I got no one there and it's just me, like just talking about music. It's so easy for me.
It goes straight back to your passion, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
It goes straight back to it, and it's in a medium by which like
When we did North London versus South London,
that was gas,
that, bro.
That was
I
actually
loved
gas.
That was so
actually
sick.
gas.
And
That was actually gas.
I've still got so much more to learn. I still need to figure out how to play songs. Like I basically need to learn an amount of DJing so that I can bring songs that they don't have and clean them and get them on so I can be playing anything but
you
like,
want.
Yeah, bro.
It's part of the process though, bro. It's part of the process, isn't it, man? The grind, man.
And radio is always like, at the start of the year, actually, it was a goal of mine to get on radio. And I remember hitting up Represent. I hit up bare stations.
We need to get you on BBC.
One extra,
we need to get you on One Extra.
One extra, a couple extra.
Yeah, man. Like
Kiss, one of them, bro.
One of anyone.
Just get me there.
I'll play 80s music if you want me to, bro. Like,
no, I can't. I'm playing rap.
He's like, no. How you gonna play rap on Kiss?
We'll find a way, bro. Kiss Fresh. They got.
Okay, yeah, true. They're a bit younger. They're a bit fresh. I got one more question for you. It's a question I'm gonna ask every single person who comes on this podcast, and that question is: what is the one thing you want the world to know about you? If you can go to the top of a mountain and scream one thing, what is the one thing you want them to know about you?
That's such a good question. I want the world to know about me. I sort of like, I want this to be more powerful because I'm standing on the top of a mountain. It's just all love. Like everything I do is from a place of love. And I just want people to do that too. Like I hate negative stuff. Like there's no need, like, and because the media can be very toxic, it's like, I don't know, if I'm just pushing positivity and speaking from a place of love and everything I do is from a place of passion, then like I hope that just rubs off and inspires other people to do it. I never want to put people down. So it's like, it's all love. That's what I want them to know about me.
Facts. BTB Max. Thank you, my bro.
Tash.
I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me,
Thank you for
man.
coming, yeah. Till next time.
Everyone, shout out Tash every time, man.
Come on, it's what we do.